Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. Jay, before I jump into this video, I would like to welcome those of you who are new to the channel. This is the Angry Man Podcast, M Sports Media, where we're always dropping boxing-related content, so make sure you smash the subscribe button. And for those of you who are regular patrons of the channel, make sure you hit the like or dislike button, but make sure that you are engaging with the content because it's important. That's how people find this content. So, Jason, we're about to jump into a topic that is always interesting when it relates to Terence Bud Crawford. And because it relates to Terence Bud Crawford, I have to be very careful in terms of his fans. They get belligerent, they get aggressive. And also you have to watch for cease and desist letters. So let me make sure that I read this disclaimer for everyone so that we don't get any of those things in the comment section or perhaps in the mail. Terence Crawford is an all-time great fighter, a dedicated fighter, and perhaps the best boxer in history. He can leap a building in a single bound and outrun a locomotive, and probably shadow boxes with the wind itself. This video is in no way, shape, or form intended to impugn the reputation of Terence Crawford and is solely for entertainment purposes only. All right, Jay, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and jump into the topic at hand. Terence Bud Crawford is about, maybe 3 weeks away from the big fight? One of the biggest fights in boxing history, according to Terence Crawford fans. One that most people are going to be anticipating, one that we have talked about for quite a bit of time now, specifically after the fight was announced. And it's an interesting matchup, Jay. I am somewhat excited about seeing the opportunity to watch these two guys face off. You gotta what I would say Terence Crawford fans say that he's a great little man going up to fight what they would describe as an okay big man. And so that makes for an interesting fight. I think some of the things that you and I have discussed, I think we bring up the points of whether or not in reality this is truly a great little man versus an okay big man. I've never, I don't know. Terence Crawford's resume has been in question for quite some time. I think he's a great fighter. I know he's going to go to the Hall of Fame because I see the skill set. I see the accolades in terms of being undisputed in 2 different weight classes. So all those things are great. However, I think to a certain extent, Canelo Alvarez has been minimized, made to be something that is less than what he truly is. I went back and watched the fight with him and Amir Khan, and people talked about how Amir Khan was simply outboxing Canelo badly for the first few rounds until he ultimately caught him and knocked him out. When you go and watch the replay, Canelo had caught up with Amir Khan by like round 3 or 4 and started outboxing him around 4 or 5 and knocked him out, I believe, in round 7. So that's not actually true. I meant to go back and watch the Laura fight. I remember watching it originally. I didn't actually have Laura winning that fight. I know a lot of people said that they thought Laura won. I never thought Laura won, but I need to go back and rewatch the fight. But it's going to be an interesting matchup. Now, when you get closer and closer to the fight, there's going to be more and more pressure built. And Terence Crawford is a great fighter, but he's never been on this stage. The biggest stage he's been on was Errol Spence, and he did amazing in the Errol Spence fight, no doubt about it. But this is a different realm. This is a bit different. This is almost at the Floyd Mayweather level. So this is going to be, or the Oscar De La Hoya level, or what have you. This is going to be the biggest fight of his career, and there's going to be a level of pressure. And to me, you're starting to see that pressure. There was a clip that we recently found, I believe it was on Fight Hub, where Terence Crawford was checking his strength and conditioning coach. And although there seemed to be a bit of playfulness in the tone of Terence Crawford, at the same time, the comments that were being made to me didn't really feel like you felt. And by you, I mean Terence Crawford really felt that those comments that this guy made were necessarily playful. And when you look at the facial expression of the gentlemen who were sitting at the table with them, they also didn't have a facial expression that appeared to be playful. So it makes me wonder whether or not there's a little bit of doubt in Team Crawford in that camp in terms of their ability to pull this off. We've seen Sean Porter mention that, he's seen them. He's been at the camp. He looks amazing. Maybe so. We'll see. But let's play this clip here real quick, Jay. It's probably about 60 seconds so people can understand what it is that we're reacting to. And maybe you've heard it, but we'll play it.
Never.
Always.
This is crazy, Chester.
I just didn't want to see
Chester.
I didn't want to see
Chester. You got a Team Crawford shirt on, hoodie on, but you going against me? You going against me? What did he say, Red?
I said don't get scared.
No. What did he say?
He said you just want to see him lose.
Thank you. It be the people.
You don't get scared, and you just want to see him lose.
Closest to you.
So those were the comments there, Jay. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to you because I think it's interesting. What are your thoughts on those comments?
I find it funny. I want to see if the Bud Buddy's going to go out to Chester for those comments. He's wearing a Team Bud Crawford shirt, and he's in the camp. So y'all go after him. Don't go after me and Greg. He said it, not us. You know, it's interesting. I mean, I wouldn't expect that to be coming from the camp. You know, so I don't know if he's seeing something or he just mad at Bud. Maybe Bud beat him in, I don't know, chess, checkers, whatever. You know, and that's his way of getting back at Bud, or maybe Bud short him on something. I don't know. But that's funny. I mean, I wouldn't expect that, you know, coming from your own camp. Maybe constructive criticism is one thing, but saying don't be scared, you know, is there any legs to that statement by old boy? I mean, it could be. You know, it could have been something that Bud said, and now some Bud's like, oh, don't put you. No, you said the quiet part out loud. You weren't supposed to say that. So I don't know. Chester might not be in that camp much longer. You know,
Jay,
much longer. You know,
there's a lot of truth in things that are said in jest.
Definitely.
And so I wonder, because if it were me and I'm a part of any camp, I am not making that comment at all. Don't get in there and get scared. I just want to see him lose. What? And so I saw some people in the comment section talking about, he's probably not even talking about the fight. They're taking this out of context. No. What does don't get in there and get scared mean? What is he talking about? Get in there and play a chess game? No, he's talking about the fight, guys. He's talking about the fight. So it's interesting, man. The pressure's building. The closer you get to the fight, the more that pressure builds.
Yeah, I mean, people might say, "Oh, well, he's talking about his sparring partner." I doubt he's talking about his sparring partner. To your point, I think it's about the fight because that's what's coming up. That's the biggest test for Bud right now. That fight on September 13th. Ain't gonna be his partner, Lester Martinez, I believe that's his name. That's also in their camp with him. Yeah, but Chester, hey man, you better watch your back, man. But it's gonna be coming for you, brother. They're gonna be coming for you.
Hard. They're gonna be coming hard for him. And you know, I just want to see a great fight. Hopefully it ends up being a great fight. I think Terence Crawford, I don't think Crawford's gonna go in there scared. I think Crawford's gonna go in there to win. I think similarly to what we saw against Madrimov, he's gonna have to execute, or he's gonna execute in a way that minimizes his risk being a smaller man. So if people think that they're gonna see the Crawford that they saw against Errol Spence, I don't see it. But it'll be an interesting fight, and I look forward to it, and we'll see what ends up happening. You guys tell us what you think in the comments section in regards to what Chester had to say. Chester!
Come on, Chester!
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast here on Sports Media, and we are out.